Hello, welcome to Studies in Theatre MOOC program. Today we are going to discuss digital intervention in theatre. Students, this is a very new area of discussion in theatre. Although technology has always been there in theatre, technique has always been there in theatre, but digital intervention is not a very old phenomenon. What is the need to have such a discussion? I think it is not possible for us to claim to know theatre and to pursue theatre without having a basic knowledge of the digital intervention which is present around us. There are various debates around this topic, but in order to learn about these debates, it's important for us to first of all understand what are the different aspects of digital intervention. So, in today's discussion, which is an initial discussion, I am going to take you further in order to understand what is digital intervention in theatre. Sought to be a tool or a medium to enhance the human existence and human life and its quality. In talking in very simplistic terms, digital humanities seeks to document and formalize the relationship between human beings and the digital atmosphere by trying to convey that everything should be focused on this digital world should be focused on making human life better rather than uh, becoming simply the consumers of digital interventions. So this is the aim of digital humanities. A very good example of digital humanities is in the form of Stephen Hawking. His chair on which he used to walk around because he could not move around or he could not speak. His chair was a very high-tech digital masterpiece, and it was because of the technology of a digital nature it was possible for Stephen Hawking to verbalize his thoughts, and they were converted into a digital audio, digital voice, which became for us the voice of Hawking, the Stephen Hawking. Although that was not the original voice, but he could communicate through it. So this particular thing is an example of how digital intervention is looked at as a medium to enrich the existence of human world order, and that is digital humanity. So in 21st century, digital humanities has become a way to look at methods and tools to study humanistic questions within the context of theatre culture for us now. Now, theatre culture in digital age, it is adapting to the technological advancement and evolving audience preferences. This is one requirement that is aimed at, one aspect that is aimed at in theatre culture of the digital age. Then this digital intervention also leads to interdisciplinary collaboration, because you could have assessed, you could have felt in the various discussions that have taken place in this course that so many disciplines are involved in the understanding of theatre. So many disciplines are involved in research, practice, and the actual presence of theatre. It is not possible to consider theatre as just one discipline of humanities. In fact, it is connected to social sciences, it is connected to technological sciences, it is connected to human sciences, and it is connected to various other kinds of new age disciplines. And this is celebrated, this is embodied in the discussion of digital humanities in theatre culture in 21st century. It fosters new connections between technology, art, and humanities. So all in all, digital humanities and theatre are those kinds of aspects which correlate with each other, uh, and coexist in order to enhance the human experience, human emotions, human entertainment. That is the aim of theatre. Then, looking at the evolution of theatre culture in the 21st century, we see that a lot of adaptations are now visible in order to transform into digital version. And in what ways, what are those mediums, what are those platforms which we can utilize for this reason? Number one is emergence of virtual productions, where we are incorporating virtual reality and augmented reality into theatrical experiences. Then shift in audience engagement, interactive and immersive experiences through digital platforms. Then influence of social media, utilizing social media for promotion, engagement and feedback. So these are three important paradigms which have made theatre evolve in a very fast manner in 21st century because of digital transformation. And I must also add that to give you a detailed picture of this, that theatre culture has undergone significant evolution in the 21st century, and these are driven by challenges in technology, societal norms and audience expectation. uh, the some of the important aspects like technological advancements, which is a word which we often use, but what does it actually mean? The rapid advancements in technology are profoundly impacting theatre culture. From sophisticated lighting and sound design to projection mapping, holographic effects, and digital storytelling techniques, technology has expanded the possibilities for theatrical productions, allowing for greater creativity and innovation in both content and presentation. And this has also opened up the world of diversity and inclusion. Theatre inherently is an inclusive space, and theatre always gets enriched with diversity. Theatre has become increasingly globalized with cross cultural exchanges and collaborations between artists from different countries and backgrounds. International productions, touring companies, and cultural festivals have facilitated the sharing of diverse perspectives, styles, and traditions, enriching the theatrical landscape and fostering greater cultural understanding and appreciation. What more digitally has been possible with the digital intervention is the new platforms, distribution channels, as I have said here, the social media. The rise of digital platforms and streaming services has expanded access to theatre beyond traditional brick and mortar venues. The need to have theatre is there, but to have theatre is a privilege because it needs real resources in the physical world to establish a building which you can dedicate for theatre performances. So if there is no availability of such a thing, then digital space is available. New platforms are offering spaces where theatre productions are staged, and they are increasingly being recorded, distributed online, allowing audience to experience theatre from anywhere in the world. This has democratized access to theatre and opened up new avenues for artists to reach broader audience. So both ways it is, a kind of a benefit for the audience who have the access, because they didn't have the access prior to this kind of a situation. Only people living in metropolitan cities had a certain access to theatre, and countries like ours, uh, in the interior areas, in the small cities, towns, villages, the enthusiasts of theatre, even if they were able to somehow do some little bit of theatre of their own, could not have watched, could not have witnessed the different kinds of theatre cultures, different plays, if they would not be able to watch them on different digital platforms. And audience is reaching out to watch On the other hand, the actors are also getting a medium to reach out to the audience. They also have got wider access and wider exposure in the entire world. Now, adaptation to changing audience preferences. Theatre companies have adapted to changing audience preferences by diversifying their programming and exploring new formats and genres, from experimental works and devised theatre that I already discussed with you, the immersive theatre experience that I have discussed with you, and the interactive installations that I have discussed with you. All these are embracing innovation and experimentation to engage modern audiences and stay relevant in rapidly changing cultural landscape, because cultural landscape is changing so fast these days with the intervention of technology, social media, and there is a need to continuously adapt to that. Then social and political relevance. Theatre has continued to serve as a platform for social and political commentary, addressing pressing issues such as racial injustice, gender equality, climate change, and human rights. Artists are using theatre as a tool for advocacy, activism, and community engagement, amplifying marginalized voices and sparking meaningful dialogue and social change. So overall, this is a scenario of how the theatre has evolved in 21st century, and when you look at it, when you assess it through a digital paradigm, then all these points are very relevant and all these issues become moot points to go forward. Now, understanding digital humanities and its impact on, on leveraging technology for artistic expression. How digital humanities impress and impact the artistic expression. Data-driven analysis, virtual reality and immersive storytelling, digital archives and preservation. So, applying data analytics for audience insights and performance evaluation. Creating interactive narratives through virtual environments, and digitizing historical theatrical artifacts and documents for preservation and accessibility. These are three very important areas in which we see the impact of digital humanities in order to leverage technology for the artistic expression. Now, by collecting and analyzing, let me first of all put across to you the audience analytics, how it can help, it can be discussed here. By collecting and analyzing data on audience demographics, preferences and behavior, theatres can gain insights into their target audience and tailor marketing efforts to reach them more effectively. These days, we all want to know what do audience want, and we can analyze the data, we can make audience speak and respond through a very organized system and understand their opinion. These days, there are a lot of applications on phones which we can have, and when we enter a particular theatre where those applications are connected, then we can respond about a certain performance there and then, and that data is used by the theatre production team for their future performances. Then data analytics can also help theatre companies evaluate the success of their production by tracking performance metrics such as audience engagement, ticket sales, reviews and awards. And analyzing these metrics can provide insights into audience reactions, critical reception and overall performance quality, helping producers make informed decisions about future productions. As I'm already discussing these things. Then content analysis is also another aspect of the data-driven analysis, where text mining can be done and sentiment analysis can be done. These techniques can be applied to reviews, social media posts, and audience feedback to gauge audience reactions and sentiments towards a specific productions or a performance. This can help theatre companies understand audience preferences, identify areas for improvement, and refine their artistic version. Then data analytics also helps in production management, because by analyzing this production data, theaters can identify inefficiencies, optimize workflows, and allocate resources more strategically to ensure the success of each production. Then trend analysis is also done by data. So by analyzing industry trends and benchmarks, theatre companies can stay informed about emerging trends, popular genres, and successful strategies empowered by the competitors. This can help in informing decision making, inspire new creative ideas, and identify opportunities for innovation within the industry. Audience engagement strategies are also enhanced by data analytics, because audience provide their insights into preferences, interests, and behaviors, and we can segment these audiences based on demographic or behavioral data. Theaters can also do tailor marketing campaigns, outreach efforts, and programming decisions to better engage with their target audience. So for archiving, I think it's the most innovative and the most important use. Like theater art, articrafts, property that is created, manuscripts that are created while writing plays, all these are very important wealth for cultural safeguard, for the cultural projection of a particular time period, and it needs to be preserved. These artifacts, set designs, costumes, photographs, posters, programs, they are very delicate and prone to deterioration over the time. Now, digitization involves carefully scanning or photographing these artifacts using high resolution imaging equipment to create digital copies. And by digitizing these materials, theaters can preserve their historical significance and protect them from damage or loss due to age, handling, or environmental factors. And these archives can be accessible to people who are doing research, students and enthusiasts of theatre. They can study these materials even remotely, rather than requiring physical access to archival collections. They can just online survey them, read them. So this increases the accessibility, and it also democratizes the access to theatre history and promotes broader engagement within the cultural heritage of theatre. So this also adds to the searchability. You know, if you have keywords, specific kind of keywords, names, data, topics, dates, then the searchability increases. And the other aspect is interactivity and engagement. So archives can incorporate interactive features such as virtual exhibitions, multimedia presentations, educational resources to engage users and enhance their understanding. So these platforms can offer a very important advocacy and practice for theatre, enhancing and bringing in a kind of a surge in theatre culture. Then collaboration and sharing can also take place through digitization facilities, because this is a knowledge and we can share this knowledge. So by digitizing the collections and making them available online, theaters can collaborate with other online theaters and exchange their archives and increase their own access and increase their own horizon. So these are certain aspects which are very crucial for the survival of theatre, the sustenance of theatre, and digital intervention is playing a very important role in this. Now, I will not discuss all these issues in detail here, because digital intervention is a very detailed topic, and I will take up all these aspects in detail with you in my future discussion, but I am introducing them to you right now just for the sake of preparation that you can have on your own end in order to look for be ready for the future discussions that will be in much more detail about this. So now the next topics that I will be discussing will be role of technology in modern theatre productions, then engaging audiences through digital experiences, and different kinds of theatre cultures that have come up in order to where we can learn and see how different examples of this kind are present, where theatre is engaging with digital intervention. So this one is projection mapping and visual effects, where enhancing its stage design and ambience through digital projections is done. Live streaming and on-demand performances, expanding audience and reach beyond physical venues. Interactive set designs, where incorporating interactive elements controlled by digital interfaces. So these are three kinds of interventions where technology is being used in modern theatre productions, which is adding to innovation, which is adding to creativity. And I will give you more detailed analysis of what is projection mapping and visual effects. So projection mapping is also known as spatial augmented reality or video mapping. It is a technique that involves projecting digital images onto three-dimensional objects or surfaces to create the illusion of movement, depth and texture. Unlike traditional projection where images are simply displayed on flat screens or surfaces, projection mapping involves precisely aligning and warping projected images to fit the contours of physical objects such as buildings, sculptures or stage sets. So you can create in everything through light. It can transform ordinary objects or architectural elements into dynamic and interactive displays, allowing artists and designers to manipulate light and space in creative ways. By mapping digital content onto physical surfaces, projection mapping can enhance storytelling, evoke emotions, and engage audience in immersive visual experiences. So, in this way, things which were not possible to be put on stage and to be showed on stage can be done on stage, like some ancient monuments, very large buildings or structures which are very detailed to be constructed and will be too expensive to be constructed for a stage setting. That can be done through projection mapping and visual effects. Now, visual effects is also known as VFX, and it also encompasses a wide range of techniques and technologies used to create, manipulate, or enhance visual imagery in films, television, theatre. You are already seeing a lot of cinema has emerged in recent years which uses VFX. So, VFX has a lot of trend these days. I'm not advocating anything, but I'm just talking about what is present around us. So these effects can be generated using computer generated imagery, CGI, and practical effects, motion graphics and compositing techniques. So in theatre, visual effects may include digital animations, motion graphics, CGI elements, stimulated environments and special effects such as explosions, weather effects or magical transformations which may be required. Visual effects are often used to enhance the spectacle and visual storytelling of a production, creating fantastical or otherworldly elements that may be difficult or impossible to achieve with traditional stagecraft alone. Visual effects can be applied to both live performance as well as recorded media or recorded performance. They play a crucial role in creating memorable and immersive theatrical experiences that captivate audiences and bring stories to life. So, projection mapping involves projecting digital images onto three-dimensional objects or surfaces to create immersive environments, while visual effects encompass a broader range of techniques used to manipulate or enhance visual imagery in theatre, film and other media. Both techniques are powerful tools for artists and designers to create dynamic and engaging visual experiences that enhance storytelling and keep the audiences captivated. So, interactive design in theatre thus refers to an integration of technology and interactive elements into stage environments to engage audience and enhance the overall theatrical experience. So, These are three very important tropes that you can hold on to understand how digital intervention in theater is happening, how digital intervention in performance culture is happening, performance productions is happening. This will open up a lot of other subtopics, because this is not the conclusive discussion. This is just a very beginning, a very basic kind of a discussion, and I'm introducing you with the basic knowledge. But this can lead to advanced discussions and other technological details which are crucial for today's theatre enthusiasts, today's practitioners of theatre, to know whether to choose them, whether to practice them is another discussion, and we will discuss those debates in different lectures. But these are the initial aspects. Now, in my next discussion, I will take forward the aspects of theatre, the digital intervention in theatre, which is something built on today's discussion, built on this particular lecture. And I don't want to give you too much in just one lecture, because it is something slightly new and we need to settle it down in our mind, understand it, and then just listen to more lectures on the same topic. So thank you very much. That's it for now. See you in the different discussion.